peanut butter hobgoblins questions is the first is how did you two come up with Grimm, Sketcher, and the TaleWeavers?
Okay, you want to tell that story, or am I going to tell it?
Well, Grimm has always kind of been having that nickname.
Yeah, it's short for Grimnir, which
Yeah.
is one of the names of the god Odin in Norse mythology, which is one of my favorite gods in Norse mythology. He's a wanderer. He lost one of his eyes for wisdom. He's got 2 wolves and 2 ravens. And he was called Grimnir because once he came down to Earth to be immortal, and when he was mortal, he was a poet. And since I like Odin and the Norse stories, I figured since I'm a writer too, Grimnir's a good pen name.
A poet and a wanderer, and he loves
Yeah,
wonders.
I love walking around. Yeah.
Wonders. Like Gandalf.
Yeah, Gandalf.
Sketcher isn't very original. I know it's not as original as Grimnir. I mean, I know he didn't make that name up anyway, but still, Sketcher's just pretty much a nickname for me because I just like sketching and stuff.
And believe it or not, we weren't going to go by TaleWeavers at the beginning.
Yeah.
We were going to go by what?
My original title idea was Tailcatchers.
Yeah.
Was going to be the name.
And I messed up because I made our YouTube account early one morning and
I wasn't
Sketcher
awake.
was still awake. So
still asleep.
Yeah, I thought he meant TaleWeavers the night prior, and I'd slept since then. So I just typed in TaleWeavers 2 being him. And when he got up, he was like, "What is this? This is not the name we talked about last night."
and we never seemed to be able to change it. So
no, and I like it. I think TaleWeavers is pretty cool.
It's become a thing you don't want to change.
Yeah, family favorite.
Right. Second question is, if the both of you only had one movie available to watch for the rest of your lives, what would you choose?
Oh boy.
I said this was a movie recommendation just a few minutes ago, but I might say Christopher Robin again. That might be my choice again, but I don't know.
We don't watch movies that much anyhow.
Yeah,
we read a lot more. We have more reading hours than we do watch movie hours. But I personally, if I had one movie left, it wouldn't be a movie. It would be a DVD collection of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, of some episodes. I just love Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, which probably to some might sound like a babyish thing to say, but I think our television would be much better off if he was still alive today, and I think we lost a great man when he died. But Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, maybe the new documentary with Tom Hanks, but I didn't like that as much as the original Mr. Rogers, so that's just my opinion.
Question 3 is, and what are both of y'all's preferred tools when it comes to art? I used to do normal pencils for my art. I don't do digital art really. And if I do, I'm not very good at it. It'll probably take me a while to actually get good at doing digital art. But I just use mechanical pencils nowadays. Because I used to use normal pencils, like I said, but they just take a lot of sharpening time, and mechanical pencils were gifted to me by my grandmother.
Yeah, and it just worked out. And
yeah.
Sharper. I'm not an artist. Grimner is not an artist. Well, he's the poet. So I write, and my materials for writing is a pencil, an eraser if needed.
Yeah.
And my MP3 player. I need that sometimes too.
And a notebook. You can't do anything with a notebook.
True, yes.
Without the notebook.
Indeed, you do.